few months ago, I had a client reach out to me to see if I would do a pet portrait for a gift for her significant other. And finally, I'm able to share a little bit of that footage here with you today. If you're new to this channel, my name is Paige. I'm the Chief Pixel Pusher and Paintbrusher over at Gumption. And today we're going to kind of go through the whole process of this painting and how I approach painting in a digital age now. Follow along with me if you want to see how I did it. You need decent reference photos from a client when you do a pet portrait, and this was the best one that we had. We decided we need to do some alterations to it and move one dog closer to the other dog. In Procreate, I sketched out a revised scene for this, moving the dog in the foreground closer to the dog in the background, getting the layout set up just right. Next, I wanted to do some color variations to see which direction I wanted to go. So I did a couple of different color comps to see how I wanted the cool and warm colors to play off one another. Here you can see that's my sketch. So I'm taping off my edges so this painting has a nice clean crisp edge along the sides. And then I transfer my drawing to the watercolor paper by taking my pencil and transferring from the drawing to the paper. First, I start laying in the water so I can start discerning the foreground from the background. I'm laying in some warm colors in the background that eventually kind of go into a cooler color, because as things recede, they get cooler. I start defining some of these rocks and bringing in some warm colors for the tops of the rocks, because with warm light, we have cool shadows. So I'm bringing in the warmth, and then in the shadows or the sides of the rocks, I'm creating a cooler cast. And I'm using a kind of a deep purpley color for some of these shadows. The rocks were quite a long process to paint, and of course I wanted them just right. Since this pet portrait is a present for a significant other, what's great about this background and these rocks are that this is the favorite spot that this fellow goes to take his dogs. So as you can see, I'm starting to add a little bit more detail, trying to put the dog here so we can build upon him, and I'm painting him in layers. He is the main attraction. Animals don't quite look right until you have something in their eyes and their nose painted. They really start to come together after that point. You can see my shadows are getting darker, and this is really helping these rocks stand out. Now I'm putting a little bit of the water in there so it's beginning to look like a scene. I'm adding some depth in the background here. It's interesting, you can keep looking at a rock and it just keep You keep noticing new areas and crevices as part of that rock, just like the dripping water on the rock in the background. So you'll notice here I have a light blue background for the water. So we're going to start with the light spots and then go in and darken around some of these spots, so we have preserved some of these highlights. And you'll also notice that for the shadow or reflection of the dog, I'm not putting dark colors in there just yet because I want it to keep that beautiful reflection that was there, that vibrant color that this dog is, a little warm into the cool. When I start putting water in, this painting starts coming alive. And I'm using this Sodalite by Daniel Smith. Sodalite is the color, and it granulates beautifully. It's perfect for this painting, perfect for the water here. Adding more details to the dog to make him come alive. And really, this is just a series of shadows, painting in those dark areas, preserving the lighter areas. And now you can see I'm putting some deeper gold colors into the water reflection of our dog in the foreground. This is really aiding and giving this painting some depth. Adding in foliage now and just giving this some texture in the background. There's a lot of brush behind here. I'm just lightly putting in color, and with a very thin brush I'm adding brush. This is probably my favorite paintbrush. It's one of Trekell's Taklon brushes. Starting to shape the background here, this hill that's in the background. So the goal is to keep the items in the foreground vibrant and fresh, and as you move back into the background, those colors cool out and the details are less vibrant. My favorite part of a painting is taking the tape off just to see that clean edge. It has that finished feel that we love. That completes this dog portrait commission. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you being here. I hope you learned something new. And if you liked my video, give me a thumbs up. I could always use more of those. And if you want to subscribe to my channel so you can be in the know, hit that subscribe button and the little bell there, and it will notify you of when I have new content out. I will see you in the next video.